So the fourth movie into the Warner Bros. And HBO Max release slate for 2021 has finally came close to its release, and I'm talking about Tom and Jerry. Here is my review for Tom and Jerry. Well, finally, Wonder Woman 94 was a controversial film. The Little Things was just simply a bad film, and Judas and the Black Messiah failed to find a bigger audience. And then here was the fourth film into the HBO Max Warner Bros. Release slate, and it was Tom and Jerry, which I can say was quite good. I mean, of course, you cannot compare it to the classic cartoons on Cartoon Network. They were just so good, the Tom and Jerry cartoons back in those days. But we can compare this to that. This is nowhere near it because those were just classics. But as a movie, I think Tom and Jerry is quite entertaining. It has so many Easter eggs filled with the original cartoon, a lot of returning characters, and of course the main focus is our dear Tom and Jerry. As for the human characters, the cast has done quite a well job. I can appreciate them too much. But yeah, the acting wasn't bad. It was all good. But the main scene stealers are of course Tom and Jerry, because it is their movie and a lot of crazy things happen in this film. This movie goes beyond the scope of a hotel to the whole city. They just tour up to the whole city, and that's really amazing to look at, because it just feels so good seeing these two characters interact with each other in a live action animation hybrid. Well, that reminds us of Space Jam, but this is not I don't think it's going to be a classic as Space Jam, but still it's a highly rewatchable film, and I really liked the way the movie progresses forward. As for the comedy aspects, which is what this movie needs to have the most, I think it is funny. It is funny at points. Of course, it's not funny as a cartoon, as I said, because the cartoons are just classics. We can compare this and that. These two things are widely separate from each other. But for whatever this movie has to offer us, it offers us a lot of entertaining things, and I think you should definitely check this one out. As for the animation, yeah, they feel a bit odd at some points because it's a live action animation hybrid. After all, you get to see live action characters interacting with animated characters. So yeah, it feels odd at points, but overall it was a good experience to watch them interact with each other. As for the main story of the film, well, they want this mouse out of the hotel because a huge wedding is occurring over there, and hence they hire Tom. Well, that's a very stupid idea, but whatever, it's a cartoon, it's animation, and it really works out. The enemy, they are friends and they're enemies both, so it really feels that way, that some points they look like friends, the other points they look like enemies. So I think that's quite good, the way this is the whole situation is handled, and when they are enemies, they are two big enemies. I mean, that really feels fun. Really feels fun. So overall, I think this movie was highly entertaining. You should definitely check this out. Of course, as I said, it's not as good as the cartoons, and we can't even expect it to be that good. But it is a great film. It's a great film, and it's at least really good if you want to see something funny, something a bit big, I can see it's a huge scale film, but it's a small scale film, of course, but it feels some big at some points, and these two characters are of course amazing. So yeah, I pretty much like this film. I would like to give this one a 7.2 out of 10. If you watch this film, share your thoughts down below in the comment section and say how you feel about the film. So that's it. Like, subscribe Film Villa, and share your own thoughts in the comment section down below.